Summary of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Richard Carlson. Introduction. Reflect on moments when you've faced bad news, difficult people, or disappointments. How did you react? Often we respond in unhealthy ways, blowing things out of proportion, holding on too tightly, or focusing on negative aspects. These reactions make us irritated, annoyed, and easily bothered. When we let negative emotions take over, we lose sight of the bigger picture and start believing that everything is a big deal. Fortunately, there's a better way to approach life and its challenges. We can choose a softer, more graceful path that makes life easier and more satisfying. Richard Carlson learned this lesson when a foreign publisher requested an endorsement from Dr. Wayne Dyer for a foreign edition of Carlson's book, You Can Feel Good Again. After months of waiting and no response, Carlson informed the publisher that they couldn't use Dyer's name. Despite this, the publisher used an earlier quote from Dyer. Upset, Carlson demanded the books be taken off the shelves and wrote an apology to Dyer. Dyer's response was simple and profound. There are 2 rules for living in harmony. #1, don't sweat the small stuff, and #2, it's all small stuff. Let the quote stand. Love, Wayne. This response exemplified grace and humility, inspiring Carlson to teach others how to approach life more acceptingly. When you don't sweat the small stuff, you accept what life offers and let go of problems instead of resisting them, allowing your life to flow naturally. Chapter 1. Striving for perfection is harmful. We often let ourselves get worked up about small things, blowing minor issues out of proportion. For example, imagine your commute to work. Do you get angry when strangers cut you off in traffic? Instead of letting it go, you hold on to the confrontation all day, replaying it in your mind and sharing the incident with others. This focus on minor annoyances causes us to lose touch with life's beauty and magic, which is further pushed away by our obsession with perfection. Perfectionism leads to stress about the imperfections in our lives, whether it's a disorganized closet, a few extra pounds, or a scratch on our car. We even focus on others' imperfections, which pulls us further away from being kind and gentle. Instead, gently remind yourself that life is fine the way it is. This doesn't mean you shouldn't strive to do your best, but rather that you can enjoy and appreciate things as they are. Living a busy, competitive life filled with fear drains our creativity and motivation, immobilizing us from reaching our full potential. Carlson surrounds himself with peaceful, loving people who are also successful and fulfilled. By letting go of fear and the desire for perfection, it becomes easier to focus on achieving your goals. Chapter 2. Find peace by being present in your thoughts. To live a more peaceful and kind life, be aware of how quickly negative thinking can spiral out of control. For example, if you wake up in the middle of the night remembering a phone call you need to make, don't let your mind wander to all the other things you have to do. This can lead to hours of thought attacks and sleeplessness. Instead, take note of your thoughts and stop the negative spiral before it begins. Many of us lead busy lives filled with constant reminders of what needs to be done. We put off those who love us most, creating a cycle of thinking that once we get everything done, we'll be calm and relaxed. The reality is, this never happens. There's always more to do. The purpose of life isn't just to get everything done, but to enjoy each step and live a life filled with love and peace. Remember, when you die, there will still be unfinished business. Someone else will take care of it. Don't waste precious moments regretting the inevitable. Chapter 3. Avoid interrupting others and learn to listen. Think about your conversations with colleagues, friends, and family. Do you interrupt or try to finish their sentences? This habit is destructive and strips away respect. It also takes a lot of energy to keep track of both your thoughts and the thoughts of the person you're interrupting, causing irritation and annoyance. Instead, let go of your ego, be patient, and truly listen to what others are saying. Before a conversation, remind yourself to be patient and allow the other person to finish speaking. This will make your interactions more relaxed and enjoyable, lowering your heart rate and pulse. Additionally, try directing attention away from yourself and letting others experience glory. It's human nature to want to feel special, but constantly diverting conversations back to yourself is counterproductive. Next time someone shares a story or accomplishment, say something like, "That's wonderful," or "Please tell me more," without adding your own experiences. This will make the other person feel more relaxed and interesting, and you'll also feel more at ease. Chapter 4. Let go of being right. Now that you know the importance of listening, it's time to let others be right most of the time. Think about when you've needed to prove you were right. Often you sacrifice your happiness in these situations. Defending your position uses a lot of energy and alienates others. Encouraging defensiveness leads to anger and resentment, with no one changing their opinion. No one likes to be corrected. We want our positions to be respected and understood. Those who listen are loved and respected, while those who correct are often resented. There may be times when correction is necessary, such as speaking out against racism, but most of the time our need to correct comes from our ego and a selfish need to be right. To practice letting others be right, allow them the joy of being right, give them the glory, and stop your corrections. This will reduce defensiveness and increase appreciation for you. Letting others be right doesn't mean sacrificing your deepest truths, but it means allowing them to be right most of the time. Chapter 5. Practice kindness. In the San Francisco Bay Area, some people began paying for the tolls of the cars behind them. This random act of kindness had a significant impact on the drivers, improving their mood and possibly encouraging them to do something kind in return. Practicing random acts of kindness without expecting anything in return can bring joy and positive feelings into your life. Your acts of kindness can be anything, as long as they come from the heart. Whether it's picking up litter, making an anonymous donation, or volunteering, the point is to have fun and feel good doing it. Practicing kindness goes beyond random acts. It includes forgiveness. Look beyond behavior and forgive others for their actions, much like we do with our children. Forgiving others means putting yourself in their shoes and changing your perspective. For example, understand that a slow-moving postal clerk might be having a bad day. When someone close to you lashes out, realize they want to love and be loved by you. Look beyond isolated incidents and behavior, and you'll feel more at peace in your relationships and with yourself. Chapter 6. Practice meditation and yoga to find inner peace. Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." While extreme, your quest for inner peace begins with a quiet mind. This doesn't mean practicing Buddhism. It means finding stillness through techniques like reflection, deep breathing, contemplation, visualization, and meditation. Even in a busy life, take 5 to 10 minutes daily to train your mind to be still and quiet. This stillness translates into everyday life, making you less reactive and irritable. Meditation gives you perspective, helping you see stresses as small things, not emergencies. To meditate, find a quiet place, focus on your breathing, and let go of intruding thoughts. Many people also practice yoga to become more relaxed and easygoing. Yoga can be done at any age and fitness level. It strengthens muscles, creates flexibility, and reduces stress. Yoga balances the body-mind-spirit connection, focusing on tight areas like the neck, back, hips, and legs. Stretching while concentrating on your breathing makes yoga a powerful practice. Carlson practices yoga with his daughters, finding it a way to feel young, energized, and connected. Chapter 7. Think of what your problems can teach you. Everyday stresses cause some of the greatest problems in our lives. How we view problems determines how much stress we allow into our lives. Do you see problems as emergencies or potential teachers? The more we struggle with problems and want them to go away, the worse they become. Accepting problems as inevitable parts of life allows us to view them as teachers, lifting a weight off our shoulders. For example, think about a long-standing problem you've had. Most people struggle with it, mentally rehearsing and analyzing it without finding a solution. This leads to more stress. Instead, approach problems with a new perspective, embracing them as potential lessons. Problems teach us humility and patience. They are opportunities for growth and awakening. Buddhist tradition believes that life's struggles are essential for growth and peace, asking for appropriate difficulties and sufferings to awaken the heart and practice universal compassion. While you shouldn't seek out problems, accept them as natural, important parts of life. This philosophy is key to going with the flow and finding inner peace. Final summary. At the end of the day, you control your thoughts and feelings. For a more powerful, easygoing life, direct your focus on your thoughts. Be present and train your thinking to be positive, kind, and humble. Notice when you feel stressed or blame others, then change your perspective and learn from the situation. Put aside your ego, avoid petty arguments, and find joy in allowing others to be right. When you stress about circumstances outside your control, you're sweating the small stuff. Learn to live in the moment, accept life's hardships, and focus on love, kindness, and service. Changing your perspective leads to genuine happiness and inner peace.